A part of our culture, right? We believe, okay, in role playing. You don't want to practice on your prospects, right? So it's a good idea to go ahead and get some of these scripts down. That doesn't mean that scripts can't like deviate into your own personal touch and, things of that nature. But when you're newer to this business, or you just like you've been in this business so long, you really have gotten so far away from doing these. You're just like, I need to go back to the script because I'm missing steps clearly, right? All right, Joe. So we're going to do the expired script. Am I going to be the agent or am I going to be the consumer?
I'll be the agent here this time.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. And then we'll switch it up, right?
Sure.
All right, ready to roll.
Good. Hey, I'm looking for Scott.
This is Scott.
Hey, Scott. Joe with Jacobson Company Real Estate. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, Joe.
Good. Saw that you had a house that was on the market. It's no longer listed. Just was wondering what the story was there.
I just, my phone hasn't stopped ringing. Come to find out, it looks like my listing's expired from the market.
Right, it sure is. Yeah, you're probably getting a bunch of calls from real estate agents. Trust me, I understand. I work with these guys. So if you sold your home, where were you planning on moving to next?
Yeah, we had aspirations of moving to sunny Florida.
Florida, wonderful. So hey, I don't want to waste too much of your time. But if you were to select an agent, how would you do that this time around?
For one, we met with this agent. They talked a good game. They looked the part. They put up a sign in our yard, and we essentially never heard back from them again.
So, do you think that's the reason your home didn't sell, or has anybody kind of told you why it didn't sell?
Right at the end, we got like some desperate pleas for like price reduction, but we hadn't heard anything for like a month leading up to that with no feedback.
Yeah, typically the reason doesn't sell in this market is exposure. So if I could show you a strategy that would increase the exposure and awareness of your home to buyers and maybe get you top dollars in the next 30 days, would that be of interest to you?
Sure.
So are you familiar with the techniques that we've used to sell over 200 homes in 2022?
No, I'm not.
Really? Well, I'll tell you what, I've got some time tomorrow or Thursday to sit down. Does either one of those times work for you?
Yeah, sure. 4 o'clock. Sounds good.
4 o'clock on Tuesday? All right. Let me just verify your email address.
Good. Perfect. So just like that, right? And, look, we're treating this like any other listing appointment. So prior to going, out to Mr. and Mrs. Smith's home, right? Maybe we're going to send them a pre-listing package to their email, right? So that they can really get to know Jacobs and Company, who we are, what we do, what kind of makes us a little bit uniquely different versus the competition, so that when we show up, it's it's not like meeting a total stranger, right? They kind of know us, they know our company, they know what we're about, and at that point, we just want you to give us a tour of your home, right? We just want you to give us a tour of your home, and oh, by the way, point out any fixtured items, that might not convey with the sale of the house, and certainly those window treatments that might match the bedspread if they wouldn't convey with the sale. Look, at that point, all we're trying to do is build rapport with the seller, okay? That's it, we want to build rapport with the seller because there's a couple different ways to go like this, right? We might very well have a buyer for their property, but our buyer may not have the opportunity to go through the property, until later that evening or some other day later in the week. So we just want to go over to the property and see if it checks the boxes for our clients too, right? And allow us to establish a rapport with the seller. Undoubtedly, every time we go out to meet them, okay, we're absolutely prepared to take their business, right? Sure. Like any other listing appointment, we have a listing agreement all filled out. We have complete comps and analysis already prepared for them so that upon viewing their home, if they want to get down to business, we're always ready for it, right?
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, good. Does this mean I get to take my turn?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, I'm looking for Joe.
Speaking.
Hey, Joe, this is Scott Jacobs with Jacobs & Company. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you, sir?
Hey, Joe, I just realized that your home's no longer on the market. Were you eventually planning on selling? Were you waiting a bit, or were you just, kind of taking some time off?
It was just on the market too long, so we decided to take it off.
Hey, Joe, if you had sold this home, where were you and your family looking to move to?
We're looking to head back to Ohio, be closer to family.
And what was your original time frame to be moved?
3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months. And yet this listing was out there for 6 months, so you were probably thinking that you had already been there by now,
That was the
right?
plan.
Oh, man, I hear it all the time. Why do you think your home didn't sell, Joe?
I couldn't tell you. We didn't have many open houses or showings or anything of that nature.
You know, and the number one complaint we get amongst consumers, right, is communication, lack of communication from their agent, you know, so it doesn't sound like there was a lot of communication, right?
There wasn't.
Yeah, the difference is like we make sure that we communicate, and to that point, almost over communicate. We're going to be talking at least once a week, right? If we decide to work together, right? So, Joe, I just have to ask, like, how did you happen to select your last agent that you worked with?
We just kind of called the closest real estate office.
Yeah. So really didn't have a relationship there. You called that real estate office, and more than likely, you got somebody with where the ink was just drying on their license, right? And the broker probably got a higher split. You know what I mean? You know, out of the person who was just joining their office, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Say, Joe, knowing what you know now, what will you look for in the next agent you choose?
An experienced agent that is does well communicating.
Yeah, absolutely. Has anyone told you exactly why your home didn't sell?
They have not.
Well, look, Joe, there's only two reasons why a wonderful property like yours didn't sell. It's either price or it's marketing. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Hey, Joe, if I can show you a strategy to increase the exposure and awareness of buyers to your home and sell it in the next 30 days for top dollar, is that something that would be of interest to you?
Absolutely.
Good. Are you familiar with the techniques that we use to sell over 200 homes just like yours within this last year?
Not at all.
You kidding, right?
Nope.
Hey, Joe, what would be the best time for me to, just show you some of the things that, kind of make us uniquely different amongst the competition and show you some of those strategies that we can sell your home for top dollar within the next 30 days? I have this Tuesday at 2 or at 4 p.m. available. Which one would work best for you?
Let's do the 4 p.m.
4 p.m.? Great. I'll see you then.
All right. Thank you. Good deal.
Good. So look, this is scripting, right? You want to go back and forth, right? So right now we're really focused on the expired script because we're coming to the end of the year, right? And we know there's going to be a plethora of expired listings out there. So as a newer agent or even a seasoned agent, like if you're looking to build your pipeline, calling on expireds, withdrawns, listings that have been temporarily removed from market and or for sale by owners could be your fast track way of generating several new listings into the start of the year.